East Africa Radio na Capital Radio sasa zinapatikana kupitia satellite Interset 22 uelekeo 72.1 degree east C-band, frequency 3671 MHz, symbol rate 8571 kilosymbol per second, forward error correction 2/3, polarization horizontal.
News tonight. 9 people killed at Kole village due to land dispute. In international, MP Charles Njagwa's bail denied. And in sports, East and Central African Amputee Championship semis played tomorrow. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. First, the national news. 9 people have been shot and hit by machetes to death by unknown assailants at Nkole village next to River Ruvuma on the border of Tanzania and Mozambique, with 30 huts also burnt down. Now, the Attorney General, Professor Adelardus Kilangi, has presented to the House a bill proposing the amendment of various laws. The bill proposes the amendment of 9 laws, which include the law governing non-governmental organizations, NGOs, the law governing property rights, and the law governing social organizations.
According to the amendments which were approved by the current Parliament, all companies that deal with societal issues and which were registered under the law governing companies will, during the next 2 months of the implementation of these amendments, be registered under the law governing NGOs. I would like to say that the aim of these amendments is to differentiate between the registration of companies and the registration of non-governmental organizations, NGOs. I'd like to add that another aim of these amendments is to remove the confusion which has resulted from the registrar of NGOs often interfering with the body that registers companies. I would like to say that for a long time now, our country has had a system of laws to govern companies and institutions such as social organizations and non-governmental organizations, NGOs, which do not clearly set out the boundaries between all of these institutions. This lack of clear separation has brought about a situation in which the roles of one institution often interfere with the roles of another institution and thereby causing confusion. Naturally, I'd like to point out that this confusing situation has reduced the level of effectiveness of these institutions, and this has not benefited the country at all. On behalf of the opposition camp in the House, I would like to say that we view Section 20 of the law as being draconian. This is because that section says that it is against the law for anyone to advertise via posting images in public spaces or through media houses. I would like to say that someone is allowed to advertise only if that person has been given the green light to do so by the film board. According to this section, it means that people are not allowed to even make a promotional video or even a social media banner and then distribute it to areas of the society without first receiving permission from the film board. I have to say that during this information age, the fact that such powers have been vested in law enforcement agencies was done with only one goal in mind, This goal was to curtail the freedom of people in the society to take part in activities which deal with the provision of information.
While contributing to the debate on government's bill proposing amendments to various laws of 2019, some MPs claimed that Article 16 of the bill, which prevents anyone from using images or video to advertise on public spaces or via media houses, is intended to deny some people of the right to promote themselves, while others claim that it safeguards the work of artists, musicians and actors, among others who engage in the arts.
I'd like to say that today, if you want to advertise anything to the society, be it via posters or the internet or even via various types of media, you first have to go to the film board which governs such matters. Now, this measure would allow us the chance as Tanzanians to compete favorably with our fellow countries where promoting ourselves is concerned.
Sasa tujipange namna gani tutakwenda kuitekeleza sheria isitukwaze.
Now I think that what we should do is to go and plan how this law will be implemented in a way that does not curtail us in any way. That during the implementation of this law, there will be no additional charges to bear. By this I mean that no expenses will be charged on any person who is trying to take his ad to the film board.
Two people, including an officer from Tanzania People's Defense Forces, who was among officers transporting Form 4 mock examinations, have lost their lives in Kagera after an Iveco, a vehicle that is property of TPDF with registration number 5821JW09 that was being used to transport the examinations, overturned on a steep hill at Kumnaze Road in Ngara district.
The driver from MTC unit with Army registration number MT-70-148, Station Sergeant Langula Shiluki, aged 50. He lost control of the vehicle. 2 people have died on the scene and 2 others have been injured. I caution drivers to be extra cautious, especially on this part of the region, which is very hilly.
The Minister of Minerals, Dr. Biteko, has directed police officers that led to the capture of a consignment of minerals that were being smuggled illegally to neighboring Kenya, as well as the whistleblowers are awarded 5 million shillings each, a move aimed at valuing the patriotism they showed, including putting the interests of Tanzanians in the forefront.
Ilibainika kwamba madini hayo yana uzito.
The minerals weigh 31.159 kilograms and 27.24 carats, worth $416,577.58 US, equivalent to 958,490,857 Tanzanian shillings, was wrapped in 74 packaging containing different types of minerals such as tanzanite, safrane, spine, ruby, coumarin, sazorite, and glossla. Wrapped in 74 packaging containing different types of mineral. 2 suspects have been arrested, one by the name of Josephat Joseph, aged 41, who was the bus driver, and the second suspect is Muhammad Ndemu. The police force in Arusha is working hard to bring to justice all those involved, be it inside or outside the region. Those involved must hand themselves in. We already have their names.
Kuna safrane, kuna spine, kuna ruby, kuna coumarin, kuna savorite, na glossla.
The 43rd International Trade Fair in Dar es Salaam is set to begin tomorrow, with this year's focus being 4 main things, including having a special day for occasional harvests, as showing entrepreneurs various strategies to avoid acts of corruption.
As you know, the Sabasaba exhibition has started We will be here to serve our members and we welcome you to come and visit us.
Kazi sabasaba zinapatikana.
Work is available, but you must follow rules set by TanTrade. There is income, but it depends on how much work is going on inside.
Takuwepo humu ndani ya Tanzania.
There will be Tanzanian companies as well as government institutions such as NIDA will also be taking part. There will also be private institutions that will be teaching on value chain. This year there will be training to business owners.
Simpia na kadhalika.
The government of Tanzania is in the process of creating a legal and institutional system that will oversee the use of genetic resources from forests that are usually sourced to create medicines so that the nation can benefit from revenue that has been lost for lack of specific systems.
Tumizi ya rasilimali za kijenetiki. Kwa mfano, una kampuni kubwa ya madawa duniani.
There is a corporation that would like to take a genetic resource from a particular tree to make a certain product which could be very profitable. How, as a source, benefit from this? For instance, if that resource is used to manufacture medicine to be used later across the world, how are we as a nation going to benefit from this? There should be a fair distribution of genetic resources. We should not be shortchanged.
Kuna miti lakini kuna genetic resources ambazo nyingi.
And for many years these resources have been used by pharmaceutical companies and local communities, but there is not regulations and there are no policies to govern how such resources is being used. As a result, WWF and the Prime Minister's office decided to look on how we can regulate access.
Regulated.
The police force at Kinondoni Special Police Zone are detaining 2 Congolese nationals for allegations of being involved in sale of fake minerals weighing 46.05 kilograms to Brazilian national Cristina Gardold from Colombia, whom they had met in Kenya.
The minerals look genuine, but the gold is fake. It has been proven through testing that it is not genuine. The suspects have been found with $8,200 on them, which is proof of payment received from the bank.
Ambazo tunaamini ni sehemu ya kielelezo cha fedha ambazo wamelipwa kupitia akaunti yao kule benki.
And a consignment of timber that was harvested by porters has been caught by Tanzania Forestry Service in Chunya district and handed over to Mbeya Regional Commissioner Albert Chalamila so that they can be used to build desks for students in Mbeya region.
Tanzania Forestry Agency in Southern Highland region would like to donate 544 pieces of timber that was confiscated during an operation to stop illegal forest activities. This timber is to be used for education development projects.
Haya yalikuwa ni maombi yetu sisi kama serikali yetu ya mkoa.
At the regional government, we had plans to reduce the lack of desks, which is still a problem given the high volume of students being enrolled every year.
Sababu ya wingi wa wanafunzi ambao wanaandikishwa sasa chekechea, darasa la kwanza mpaka madarasa mengine.
And that is the end of national news. International news follows shortly after the break. And in international news, the Member of Parliament for Starehe in Nairobi, Charles Njagwa, more famously known as Jagwa, will be detained for 1 more day in jail before determining his fate after he was taken to court today for allegations of incitement.
It is not that whatever is alleged to have done is a complex network of actors and activities. It is about a speech. What is there to keep someone about a speech? It's a very dangerous precedent that we are setting in this country. The only sentence, the only punishment that an accused person is supposed to suffer. It's a sentence at the tail end. But now what the prosecution is doing and what the police are doing is trying to substitute the punishment of a sentence with the punishment of confinement. And this is really detention without trial. What was happening during Moi's time is coming back. We can see it now. Because how else can you describe?
Now, citizens escaping the ongoing fighting in Padungu and Kwandaruma at Itiri, especially those running to DRC, have said that their situation is dire, and some among them have begun to pass away due to lack of food.
We are calling on the regional government to find a good environment for the refugees because they are still citizens of this nation who need help from physical to psychological support, and most of them are even dying from cholera.
The Speaker of Parliament of Uganda, Rebecca Kadaga, has sworn to take severe action against MPs of a ruling party from NRM who have the behavior of giving President Yoweri Museveni reports on the operations of Parliament.
Without my approval. I want you all to know that it is me alone who is responsible for communicating with the government and not anybody else. I am warning you that if you continue doing such acts, I will deal with you accordingly.
The Ministry of Health in Kilifi County, north of the coast of Kenya, may experience difficulty during the health supervisor in county revealed that there are some health officials which experience mental disorders.
We have almost 1,700 staffs from different cadres, including medical officers, nurses, physiotherapists, records people, pharmacists, and other sections. I believe that within their minds, there are those with psychological problems, with others focusing on family matters. There are some indulgent doctors, and we shall not tolerate their malpractices of not being ready to serve the people while they earn money out of that job. It is best that they should resign on their own.
And that is the end of international news. Business news follows shortly after the break.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
To be rich, I have to be a business person.
It's not an easy road at all.
People need to understand. You must quickly think, how cost effective are you going to be?
Business acts as a way in which it can bridge that gap.
Business Edition will keep you informed on latest developments in the financial sector, extractive industry, tourism, agriculture, energy, construction, and so much more. Meet entrepreneurs who create employment opportunities. Watch Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back, and in business news. Mobile company Tigo has announced that it will continue to enable entrepreneurs and groups that are involved with mobile banking so that they can effectively engage in their businesses.
Tuna wateja kwenye chama hiki ambao ni wateja wetu wa
Tigo has prepaid customers, and we have a custom of giving mobile phones as presents to all our loyal prepaid customers. We have started with the Wamachinga group, and we will continue reaching out to more groups and other institutions. Some of us didn't even know how we could get these umbrellas and get affordable prices on mobile phone services. But through our group and Tigo, they have shown us the importance of unity.
Tanzania Bank has today launched an Amsha Ndoto campaign that will begin on June 27th until September 27th of this year. This is aimed at motivating their clients and Tanzanians in general to have the habit of saving.
Watu wa makundi mbalimbali. Tunawalenga watu
Our aim is to reach different groups like entrepreneurs, food vendors, and customers who have opened children accounts with us.
Tunawalenga watu ambao wanaweza wakawa ni akina mama lishe.
The Deputy Minister of State in the President's Office for Regional Administration and Local Government, Josephat Kandege, has urged mobile companies to continue to come up with services that will enable Tanzanians to cope with challenges they face, especially economic ones, by initiating new projects or overseeing old ones.
Airtel, Celtel, whatever. It
is important that the job done by Vodacom Foundation will not be left alone to Vodacom and other partners involved, but that this job also needs support from other parties outside of Vodacom in order to ensure that its performance is excellent. The focus is on education and economic issues by supporting small and medium-sized entrepreneurs in growing and hence contributing much to the national income.
And that is the end of business news. Sports news follows next.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment of going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's being dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment of going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's being dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Opposition, Joaquinho, he did lose to Lent.
In sports news, the East and Central African Amputee Championship semi-finals will be played tomorrow, with the national team Tembo Warriors facing Rwanda and Zanzibar facing Kenya.
Na mshindi wa michezo hiyo basi atatamatisha.
The final will be played on Sunday, but there will also be a third place game on Sunday before the final. Tomorrow 2 games will be played, and on Sunday also 2 games will be played.
Kabla ya finali.
Upcoming boxer Suleiman Bangaiza has been suspended for 30 days and will be under watch for 60 days by the Commission for Professional Boxing following his illegal fall in the fight against Andrew Maloney in Australia.
Fanya mawasiliano na wenzetu Commission ya Australia ambayo ni
We contacted the Australia Commission, the Southwest Australia Combat Sports Authority, who have suspended the boxer for 30 days due to the fight. So we as the Commission as well, after the technical committee's suggestion, we have decided that our boxer will be under supervision. He has the suspension of not participating in any boxing match for 30 days, but he will also be under close watch for another 60 days.
The African Cup of Nations has proceeded today with debutants Madagascar defeating Burundi by 1-0. Here's more.
The only goal of the game was scored by Marco Ilahimaritra in the 76th minute through a direct free kick. The win takes Madagascar to the best of 16 since they are second to Nigeria, who've already qualified in Group B. Group C games will also be played today as Tanzania face Kenya, while Senegal play Algeria.
Internazionale are preparing their first bid for Romelu Lukaku as they attempt to sign the forward from Manchester United this summer. Here are more details.
The Italian club met with the Belgians' representative Federico Pastorello on Wednesday and were told that Lukaku wants a move to Inter to work with the new coach Antonio Conte. Inter's offer to Manchester United will involve an initial 2-year deal worth £9 million with an obligation to buy at the end of the loan period for £53.8 million, taking the total fee for the transfer to £62.8 million. The structure of the deal would allow Inter to conduct other transfer business this summer while still securing the #1 target, Lukaku. Inter are in the process of setting up meetings with United to discuss a possible deal and are set to discuss the matter with representatives from Premier League club early next week.
Matis Delit has accepted Juventus' offer of a 5-year contract worth €24 million, which is equivalent to £21.6 million a year, of which a third will be performance-related bonus. But Paris Saint-Germain still have not given up on assigning the Ajax defender. Here are more details.
The 19-year-old's agent, Mino Raiola, has been discussing a potential deal for his client for several weeks now, and Wednesday's news represents a significant breakthrough in negotiations for the Serie A club. Juventus have agreed to release a clause of around £134 million for the Netherlands international. The offer will give the centre-back a basic salary of around £270,000 a week, with add-ons increasing his possible earnings to £415,000 a week. Juventus will now start official talks with Ajax in the hope that a deal of around £70 million will clinch a deal.
And that's what ends our news bulletin for tonight. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. Thank you for watching and good night.
Afrika yetu inapendeza, tamaduni wetu wa asili unapendeza.
This week on Out and About,
mara ya kwanza, baby, they'll have to pay, they'll have to pay for the innocent blood that I'm shedding every day. Oh Lord of mercy, everybody come follow it.
Catch us this Saturday at 9 p.m. only on Capital Television, your channel of choice. On the decor this week.
Now let's go back into your collection as Melba candles. On your collection, take us through on what you have and how one can enjoy the scent on different occasions.
Orange blossom, as I said, it's very flowery and calm. This was actually my Valentine's collection, where the coated candles, where you can just give this as a present to somebody.
Tukaziweka kwenye candle holders. Candle holder kazi yake ni kubeba candle kama inavyoonekana hivi. Lakini sisi kwa sababu tunaangalia hot trending, hot new, katika ulimwengu wa decor.
Join us on Saturday at 7:30 p.m. on your favorite channel, Capital TV.
Mtoto
and welcome to Capture. As usual, we're meeting here every Sunday. Again, we're going to be repeating the rest of the week, but this is the day where we are catching up on all the trending stories of the week. Again, I'm never alone in the studio. It's usually 3 people, the team of 3 people in here. We've got Sebastian Koloa and Vanessa Victor, catching up with you guys on what actually happened this week. Now, starting with the security alert on Wednesday morning. I got that flyer and I was like, okay, what's really happening today? So it's like the Embassy of the United States of America issued a security alert to actually everybody, not just the Americans, but it was a security alert. But to us, we took it as a terror threat alert. And then with me, I usually do color and decor on those kind of places they actually mentioned. And I was like, okay, so how is things be like? Am I gonna be in trouble? Are we gonna be in trouble? And then I started panicking, but I'm not so sure if you guys also felt the same thing.
So I got the alert from a friend of mine. He's a Dutch friend of mine, and it actually was released in the evening on Wednesday. Then after that, the British High Commission also quickly reacted. The ambassador also posted something on Twitter. Then the World Bank said something.
Oh my God.
So everybody now started saying, if it wasn't a big deal, why are all these major embassies and like the World Bank talking about it? Then it trended all over. And then obviously we tried to tulijaribu kufuatilia kumpigia mambo sasa na nani hii, lakini we were just told like there's no need to panic, so there's nothing there, just wait, you'll be given full information. Ndo kesho yake IGP akaongea.
Yeah, so Seba, how did you take it when you saw that security alert?
Two things, you know.
What came into your mind?
The first thing is a quote ambayo ilikuwa zamani kwa nasema in politics au in leading a country, nothing just happens. Everything happens for a reason. Like if anything happens, it was bound to happen. Yani kuna sababu ya hicho kitu kutokea. But the also good thing is that going viral, that thing destroys any plans of making something out of it.
That's true.
Exactly.
So sidhani kama the terrorists will be there will be like, hey, we went viral, so let's do it. No.
And I think Slipper was very empty for those few days.
Yeah, so this is what Simon Sear had to say.
Yeah.
Tuna haya matishio ambayo toka tumeyapata si muda mrefu kidogo, lakini niseme sisi tumejipanga vizuri, tena vizuri sana. Ni wakishia wa Tanzania, tuna timu zetu za kutosha kushirikiana na vyombo vingine vya ulinzi na usalama. Tuko vizuri. Sasa haya mambo mengine ambayo yameonekana kwenye mitandao ni taarifa. Kama ni taarifa, tunaifanyia kazi. Taarifa yote hata kama ndogo namna gani tunaifanyia kazi, lakini namna gani ilivyotolewa ile taarifa haikutolewa vizuri, maana yake itakiwa ipitie kwetu ili tuweze kuona ukweli wa jambo lenyewe. Lakini nimefanya bidii kubwa zaidi. Kuna vijana wetu wanapata mafunzo kutoka kwa wenzetu ubalozi wa Marekani. Tumeona tutaonana nao, tuzungumze nao, tuone taarifa ikoje tuweze kuifanyia kazi. Lakini kikubwa ni kueleweshana kwamba utaratibu ni upi wa kufanywa. Sio mtu tu unakaa unapata taarifa unaamua kuipeleka kwenye vyombo ambayo baadaye inaleta tishio kwa Tanzania. Lakini seme kwa Tanzania tuko vizuri, na nikwambia tuko vizuri sana. Watu wetu wa intelligence wako vizuri, watu operation na vyombo vingine vya ulinzi na usalama tumeipata. Lakini kikubwa ni kwamba siku zote lazima tukae na tahadhari, kwa sababu nchi yetu sio kisiwa. Ikiwa inatokea kwa nchi zingine na kwetu tunaweza kutokea, lakini kikubwa niseme ni ushirikiano. Ukiona jambo lolote ambalo haliko vizuri, ambalo linatia mashaka, tupane taarifa tuweze kulifanyia kazi. Lakini tumepita kwenye mahoteli yote, mahali pa biashara, tumezungumza nao na tumepanga watu wetu maeneo mbalimbali, sipendi kuyasema, kuhakikisha kwamba Kama linaweza kutokea, halitaweza kutokea, tuhakikisha kwamba tunalizuia, na kama linatokea kwa bahati mbaya, tuhakikisha kwamba wahusika tunawapata. Lakini kwa msingi, kwa taarifa tulizonazo mpaka sasa, sisi hatuna matishio yote ya ugaidi.
Now, one among the things that actually made